Hey guys, it's Steph back today with another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make this bracelet right here. It's actually for once not my own original design. It is made by Ash1124 on Instaloom, and she is calling this bracelet the reversed Aero. It is double-sided, so this is the first side. These are just some samples I've made to teach myself the design. So if you turn it over, they're different on the back as well, and I think both sides are super pretty. I'm not sure, I think this is the side that's the signature side. I'm not positive about that, but either side is just super pretty. So let's just get started. So first thing you're going to want to do is set up your loom in the squared configuration. You're also going to want to pick 4 colors. So I've got some colors up at the top here that are hard to see. Sorry about that. I have to use my camera light because it is really overcast today. Oops. Sorry guys, let me just get this all fixed. There we go. So, hold on, let me just fix my camera. Sorry guys. I think that'll work better. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is we are going to work down the loom. So you're going to have the arrows facing towards you, which isn't normally how you start a bracelet, but we're just going to work down the loom instead of up the loom, okay? So you're going to start by laying some border bands. So you put 2 at the top, just like so, okay? Then you're just going to go down. Again, I'm only going to show you a sample of this bracelet, just so you guys can get the hang of it, and then you can of course make it to fit your wrist. I should also mention that if you want it to go the full way around your wrist, you are going to need 2 looms, about 1 loom and a half of a second, and if you only have 1 loom, you can always make an extension. So again, you're just going to make a single chain border down the left and right sides, okay? So I'm going to stop here and go in 1. Don't go in on this side yet until you work your way down the loom again. So we're just going to keep making a single chain down the side of your loom, like so. Sorry that my hands keep getting in the way. So again, just keep going with your single chain. There you go. Just like that. And now we're going to connect it in the middle. So this is just what you should have so far, just your border, which I'm sure all of you know how to do. So then we're going to do another single chain in the middle. I'm going to use fuchsia bands for this. Again, we're working down from the top of the loom, like so, pushing your bands down as you go because we do have to lay some more. Just keep going until you meet the bottom of your border. Okay, 1 more for me, and there we go. So just push everything down as best as you can. So next we're going to need our next color, so I'm going to use yellow for this. You're going to make V's coming down your loom, so you're going to go from your first peg down to the middle peg, like so. Then on the right side, you're just going to make V's going down your whole loom, like so. I'm just going to do that right to the very bottom. Sorry if I repeat myself a lot, I'm not sure what else to say, and it's kind of awkward if I just sit here and don't talk. So anyways, so you're just going to keep doing that. Very easy to lay these bands. It's not overly complicated. It just takes a couple minutes to get to the bottom of your loom, like so. So once you get to the very bottom like I have, you're going to take your last color, and I'm using teal for this. Get my other colors out of the way. And now we're going to make upside down V's coming down your loom. Okay, so we're going to start with the middle peg coming down to the left, like so. Then again, middle peg down to the left, like that. And you're just going to continue to do this your whole way down your loom. Like I said, very easy to lay the bands. And just keep going. Okay, I'm almost there now. 2 more. So your loom should look something like this. So we started with the border, we did the center chain going up the middle, then we did the regular V's coming down the loom, and then we did the upside down V's coming down the loom. Okay, so on this center peg here, we're going to want to place a cap band. I like to use the same color as the border, but that's really up to you, whatever color you want. So that's how you do it. You're going to go under this border band and loop up the top band back onto itself. So for me, that's going to be the yellow band going up to the left. Go back under again, grabbing just your top band, and that for me it's the yellow one that goes to the right. Then you get your middle chain band and loop forward like so. Let me see if I can tilt the camera just a bit to help with the angle. Okay, so then we're going to go back under the cap band and just loop out these border bands so that we can loop now these side bands here. So we go under the border bands and pick up just, for me it's the it's the teal, and you loop it up to the center. Go back in, get just the top band, and loop it into the center. So that's what your first stitch should kind of look like. Now we're actually going to just ignore the border bands for now and just loop up the middle and the side colored bands. So for this one here, you push back all your bands. It's a little tight, and just loop back the bands from the center upon themselves. So I'm taking my 2 yellow ones back to the right and left, and then I am taking my middle one up. Then you're going to loop these side colored ones now. So for me, they're teal. Go underneath the yellow bands, getting just the teal band and looping up into the center like so. Again, go under the yellow bands, getting just the teal and looping up to the center. We're going to ignore the black border bands until we've looped up the entire center. So again, now we're going to go back in the middle peg, get our top yellow band and hook to the left. Then we're going to go back in again in the middle peg, get your yellow band that goes up to the right, and then get your middle band that just loops forward like so. Then we're going to go underneath the yellow bands on the sides. First I'm going to do the left and loop the teal band into the middle. Then I'm going to do the right and loop the teal band into the middle like so. So we're just going to continue to do that. Push back your middle band, get your yellow bands. One goes to the left and one goes to the right. Then you're going to loop up your middle band that goes forward. Then you're going to loop your side bands. Go underneath the yellow, getting just the teal band and looping it to the center like so. Okay, so then we're going to go back into the middle, push back all our bands, getting just the top yellow one, looping to the left, get the other yellow one, loop to the right, and then get your middle one and loop forward. Going underneath the yellow side bands, first on the left, looping your teal band to the middle. Oops, got caught there. Then going under your yellow and getting the teal on the right that goes to the center. And again, we're just going to do this process again. So yellow, yellow, middle band goes forward. The 2 teal bands on the sides, you go under the yellow and loop to the center like so. Okay, I only have one more. So if you're confused at all about this, then you can just rewind. Push back all your bands, get your top yellow, loop it onto itself. So mine was going to the right this time. Get your other yellow, which is looping to the left. Your middle band, which loops forward. Then you're going to get your side bands that loop to the middle, like so. So once you have it, it should look something like this. Okay, and then all that's left is going back down and looping up the sides just like a single chain. So that's really easy, pushing back all your bands and getting just the very bottom one. Oops, sometimes you get a little caught, that's okay. And just looping it up like a single chain. Sorry if there's some shadows. Like I said, I had to use my camera light because it's really overcast and my bedroom light is not very bright at all. So it was really dark without it. Sorry, I'm out of camera. So you're just going to loop your chain up to the top, and once you get to the top, you loop it into the middle. Like so. Going back down, pushing back all your bands. Oops. And just looping up the sides like a chain. It's like a single chain, super easy. It's probably the easiest part of the bracelet because most people know how to do a single chain, and I would not recommend making this bracelet if you do not know how to make a single chain because it will be tricky. So again, once you get to the top, you just loop the one into the middle. Now, if you're making an extension, you can make it on the loom or off the loom. That's up to you. Again, I'm not going to teach you how to make an extension. You're going to go in the very middle peg, collecting all the bands onto your hook. Let's see if I can show you. It's hard to see in the squared configuration. I use 2 bands. You can use 1. That's up to you. I just find 2 is very sturdy. Sorry, I'm having some difficulty getting the bands to stay on the hook. There we go. And I'm pulling it up, making sure all the bands on the top peg are captured. I don't know if you can tell. And then you just carefully remove it from the loom. Very carefully. It gets stuck a little bit, so you might want to use your hook. I'm impatient, so I never use my hook. So that's what it'll look like. For now, I'm just going to use a slip knot. If you were continuing to make an extension, you'd of course, you know, add on your next bands, whatever. So I'm just going to make a slip knot to keep this in place for now. And that's what it looks like. So there's one side and there's the other. Now as you can see, it's very similar, exactly the same as the ones I showed you before. And it's a very easy to design to make. It's just it's very gorgeous in the end and very intricate. It looks like it would be super complicated to make, but it's not. It's very easy. So again, thank you to Ash1124 from Instaloom for coming up with this design and asking me to make it. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed making it, and I'll talk to you guys later on Instaloom. Bye!